address that we're going to use for Posty. So we go back to our control panel, and again you've got your login when you got your initial setup and applied for the web hosting account. What we want to do is to click on here and go to email accounts. Now typically for your website we want to set up our standard admin, abuse, support, webmaster links, email addresses in there, and you really should, especially abuse. It seems that Google really takes that into heart. If you have an abuse at your domain name, most times they'll actually give you higher quality score and things like that when you're talking about pay-per-clicks, and I'm convinced that they actually give you some benefit in the PageRank area as well. So what I try to do though for this particular account, I try to make something that's not really easy to guess. So I try to throw in a few extra characters. Let's go XYZ. Now you might want to think of something a little more creative. We'll call it blog admin, XYZ underscore blog admin. That's going to be our username for the email address. Password, we'll just do something. You want to do it a little stronger than usual, but for these test purposes, this should be fine. Now, you don't really need anything that more than 50 megabytes because this thing's going to pick it up and collect them every day anyways. So we check this out. Make sure you select the domain that you're using and don't leave it default because it'll be your default domain. Make sure you use the right domain and click generate. Oh, we don't need to generate password. I'm sorry. Create the account. Okay, now before we go away, we're going to copy this information right here because we want to use this. See, now here's the login we need and the admin account, the email address that we're going to send stuff to. Okay, this is the email address right here that we will send information or send articles to, and the WordPress, the Posty will collect mail from this address and try to publish it to the WordPress database. And this is the username that we will log in as. Now this is the one we want to copy right at the moment here. So we copy this and we want to transfer it over into Posty. What we want to do is use the mail server name because this is the mail user ID, and then the mail server is mail dot your domain name. That's the mail server, and then your password. Okay, we set that. The port on this particular server is 110. It's almost always 110. Okay, and we will update the options right here. Now once we've updated the options, first thing we want to do, and once we get our information in here, we can go ahead and do our test, which is right here. We run a Posty, so check the script. We click on it, and there isn't any mail, but it did connect and it made our connection, which proves that we have our connection and our configuration set properly. Whoops. We just hit the refresh and it'll show our information again. Now if you ever are unsure or anything of which these information are, you can go back to your control panel, look at your email accounts. We'll start at the home here. Look at the email accounts and scroll down to the particular email account and look at this configure mail client icon way over on the right hand side. You click on that, and near the bottom of that screen it'll have all of these configurations that you need: the incoming mail server name, the username that you need to use in that space. Now notice this particular this particular server uses the username and a plus sign with the domain. So these are the information that goes into this configuration here. Now the user, this is anyone that is going to be any incoming or from address This is a from address that is authorized to publish to your blog. And if you want to use my system of automatic placement, uploading and scheduling of articles, you want to be sure to put Roger at rogerdouglas.com in there. That way, anything coming from my system, this blog is going to automatically publish it to your database, and you don't have to authorize each and every one. And I tell you folks, when you get into article marketing, you're sending hundreds a day. This is a very handy thing to have. This will really save you a lot of time. If you're not going to do this on a large scale basis, you don't really need to bother doing Posty, but make sure you put this in here if you want my system to send the articles for you automatically. Update the options, and that's really about all there is to set up for the Posty, to allow you to get articles sent to your blog automatically. That pretty much concludes how to set up Posty. We'll take up importing data and some other more advanced techniques in the 4th video of this series. See you in the next video.